Hello.
Hi.
And welcome back once again to Wheel Takes, a podcast about the Wheel of Time, a series of fantasy novels written by Robert Jordan and completed by Brandon Sanderson. My name is Gus. I've read all of them.
And I'm Allie, and I'm on book 12.
Yep.
Chapter 3.
3. I heard you switch from 4 at the last second there.
3.
3.
3.
This podcast only contains spoilers for what Allie's already read. And again, today that's going to be everything up to and including The Gathering Storm, Chapter 3.
Yay!
Yes. Yes, we have been traveling a lot lately, and now we're not for a second, which is cool. It means this isn't a jank takes.
Yes, this is not a jank take.
Which I think should now be the go-to term for any time we end up recording off my phone.
Yes.
It may or may not be an isolated incident, but you know what? It's fun. Some people reached out and said, "Where's the music gone?" It was gone because it was janky.
It was jank
It
takes.
was specifically meant to be janky, and
we were on the road.
yes. So, and we didn't have the energy or equipment or time to set up our microphone. But you know what we do have
We're
today
sleepy
again?
people.
We have this because we have at least a temporary setup of our standard recording studio type of thing.
Yeah, post-travel, I slept for 2 days.
She did. It was, it didn't look fun.
It was intense.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah?
guess what?
What?
There's a book.
We do
It's
have a book
called
to talk
The
about.
Gathering Storm.
Yes?
And we're here today to talk to it. Book,
Talk to the book.
How are you today?
Oh, my.
I'm pretty good. I got as much pages in me, and I made a paper. Listen to my paper.
What is going... Are you providing them with some kind of serotonin boost
I've gone
with page flipping?
I've gone mad.
I mean...
You know who else has gone
why
mad?
not in 2024?
Rand Althor. Are we here to talk about him at all this
No.
week? Not really, no.
Well, okay, we're here to talk about whether or not we're going to have his babies.
We are on board for the whole...
Baby talk.
The babies of it all. But not just yet.
Rand's... Nope, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Never mind.
All right. I guess we're moving on from whatever that was going to
Here,
be.
you have to bleep this out. I was going to say Rand's a holy...
We've said worse.
no, you're bleeping it out.
I'll bleep it out. This podcast, I already said this part. Hey, Allie, speaking of Rand's thing, where did we leave off?
Okay, Fayo killed Massima. That happened a minute
while
ago.
ago,
That happened a minute ago. Then we were with Elaine for a sec.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit. Were we with Elaine?
Maybe
Obviously,
in
I
the
was testing you.
Prologue.
We were with Egwene.
No, that's
No.
what we're talking about next.
We were with Rand.
We were with
obviously,
Rand.
yes. And he slandered my woman.
He was quite rough on
I'm done with him
egg.
slandering
He
my girls.
hard-boiled that egg.
He hard-boiled it. Well, for no reason. What has she done? He last saw her for like 5 minutes.
When is the last time he saw her?
Emmons Field? I don't know. It's been a minute.
He hasn't been to Saladar at all.
Tyr?
He didn't see her in book...
Tyr?
He saw her in the Waste,
Oh, sure.
right?
Yeah.
He saw her in book 4 and 5. He didn't see her at all in book 6. Because she was recovering from most of book 6. He didn't see her at all in Crown of Swords or Path of Daggers. But he knew that she was Amerlin, right? Because he sent Matt.
And he's got
Or
trauma.
Does he? Yeah, he does.
And
yeah.
that's why he gets
course he
all
does.
weird about that.
Yeah, the not being used of it all,
And I'm
the,
just like,
the demise wells of it all.
honey.
It is a little rough on our girl.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm like, she's your friend.
You two go way back, but
I mean, I guess some stuff can cause you to jettison that old friendship.
I don't think that Egwene is. I mean, apart
But
from
what
the
has
fact that
she done
she's-
to do that?
Apart from the fact that she's tied into the Aes Sedai and he flat doesn't trust them, which I guess Demise Wells was a pretty traumatic experience, and everything else.
Nah.
And it's not as though the Aes Sedai have
He's fine. Brush it off.
given him a ton of.
It's not a big deal.
A ton
You're just
of
tortured
cause.
and in a box. And, listening to your girl get tortured, that's not traumatic.
Never fun. But
This
hey,
generation is too soft.
we're going to pick it up here on chapter 2, speaking of torture, the nature of pain That's the logo. What is it?
It's a tear.
It's a teardrop. Allie, do you have any notes?
I do.
For chapter 2,
Hang
the
on.
nature of pain.
Elida, you rebarbative slag.
Rebarbative.
Rebarbative.
That's
I
good.
had read that word recently, and so I brought it up. Now you're Googling it.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no,
I'm-
you're Googling Iona Mayer?
I'm reviewing you told me to Google Iona Mayer. I did. And now I'm just
obsessed with
reviewing this
Iona
chapter because
Mayer.
I read it a week and a half ago.
Because I'm chronically online. I'm obsessed with Iona Mayer.
She's an American rugby player?
Yes.
Okay, very cool.
And if people had told me that rugby was so girl on girl, I would have watched it long before. The PR team needs to get on that.
You didn't realize that
It's
the
biphobic, honestly.
high contact sport of rugby would involve a lot of women
I just
crashing into each
didn't
other?
think about it.
That's fair.
And we really need to know this as a community.
The Olympics are on right now, for the record. And each of us, I feel like, has an Olympic event that we get really into. If we're
I am
inclined.
into every Olympic event.
You are into
Here's the thing.
all of them.
Here's the thing about me in the Olympics. I save all of my patriotism for once every 2 years. I save all of it. I have not, like throughout the year, I'm like, right? You know, and then once every 2 years, I'm like, I fucking stand this country like no one else. Respect the flag. I'm like wearing t-shirts with American flags. I am waving flags. Where did I get a flag? I don't even know. I'm like eagle screeching.
The red-tailed hawk.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We should put that on the soundboard.
Petey is like,
Petey's
what
like,
the fuck is
are
she doing?
you doing? Oh, he did the head tilt.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna make him do it again. Hold on, ready?
Oh wow! Every time, yeah. But yeah, Allie's Olympic event of choice is all of them. Mine is usually water polo. I end up getting really into water polo for about 2 weeks.
I get surprised by what I get into every year. Every time. One particularly notable time was I got so into curling.
I usually end up really fond of
into
curling.
curling.
during the
I don't
Olympics.
even know. Now it's rugby, apparently. I'm always surprised by like what just captures. One time it was that shooting one where you ski and then shoot.
Biathlon.
God.
Well, is this your first? Is
Because
this
of
your,
kayaking. I love kayaking.
is this your first Summer Olympics since you? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just scooching.
Oh yeah, she put her hand on my arm, and I thought you were interrupting me, but she was using me as leverage to spin her chair.
Yes.
Where is this your first Summer Olympics since you came out as bi?
Yes.
I don't remember because it was 2020, but I think they delayed the 2020.
No. I remember watching another Summer Olympics in this house.
Okay.
Or was it? How long have we been here?
Well,
We haven't been here 4 years.
I think the Summer Olympics were kicked back to 2021.
Did I watch them in 2021?
Probably. I think you're right. So this would be this anyway.
I seem to recall a Summer Olympics in this house.
Regardless, excited about rugby. Very fun. Do you have more notes?
I hear the apple and I run to the corner. I'm so chronically online. Oh my god. Okay. Don't bow your head, girl. Oh, because she bowed her head to Elida, and I was like, no.
Well,
But also, I understand.
it's a balance, right?
She's like, I don't want to get hit again. All right. Wow, she's so subtle. This was Elida going, you know what happens to novices who act shit? They die. And I was just like, excuse?
She's on one.
She is just too much.
Yeah.
The energy is too much.
Yeah.
She is giving dictator. And not in a cute way.
No, not that there's a cute way.
There's a cute way.
Was it Rand?
I don't know. There isn't really a cute way. I was just being contrarian.
Is it Egwene? Because here's the funny part. Egwene is like, Elida might put in a fourth oath of fealty. Monstrous. But lest we forget, forget, Egwene and Rand are both making people swear fealty to them.
But on an oath?
I suppose it's different, but if you make an Aes Sedai swear fealty,
I mean, technically,
it's kind of oath-bound.
True. The rumors are not exaggerated, ya bint. Oh, yeah. Talking about the Sean Chan. How is the start of time? What? I think this somehow accidentally recorded me
Oh, you got to read it out.
trying
Trying to do the intro.
to do the intro.
You got to read it out.
But it's like, it's an approximation
That's even better.
of what I did. So
this is the speech to text back to speech.
Okay, so I did the rumors are not exaggerated, you bint. And then this is the me badly attempting last episode to do the Wheel of Time turns bit, but recorded badly via voice memo.
I'm very excited about this.
All right. How is the start of time turns? Memories fade into Leo myth. I want you to just go away. And I'm not going to interrupt anything, turds. Leaving memory to become legends, leading legends to become myth, and even myth becomes a vapor when the wheel of time turns again.
That's what it is. That
was it.
That's it.
Right, just as Robert Jordan
fresh
intended.
out the text. Hot to go.
And then I've
been listening to Chapel Roan lately.
High whistle screaming because Elida was speaking.
She does that.
As I will sometimes, occasionally, sorry to all you headphone users out here, you've been warned. We'll just go like,
oh, horrible. Oh, wonderful. Oh,
whenever I'm very frustrated by something.
exquisite.
And it makes Gus laugh most of the time.
This one is off the sleep rotation now.
Yeah. You were warned.
Yes.
And then I wrote Mariah Carey dolphin screaming.
Is that what that is?
The whistle tone that she does?
Yes.
I don't know if I'd want to eat and then get beaten. Because she's thinking...
Oh, this. Right. I forgot about this.
I forgot about this,
I
too.
forgot about this.
Forgot about this, too. Because she's like, oh, I'm going to go have my soup or whatever and then go get my ass beat. I'm just like, I would do the reverse of that. Because what if she hit my ass so hard I sharted?
How fast are you digesting food?
I don't have to answer that question. You know that I have hot girl tummy problems.
Yeah, well, are we positing fairly that Egwene also has hot girl tummy problems?
She definitely has hot
does.
girl tummy problems. Yeah. That's canonic.
That's fresh. You know what? I've read a surprising number of fantasy novels where female lead characters have horrible gastrointestinal issues.
It's very common.
That happens in The Witcher. There's like the first 5 chapters of one of the Witcher books is just like, and then she once again, and it was terrible, and everybody had a bad time, and then we went another 20 feet, and then she had to stop again, and then not the Wheel of Time, Song of Ice and Fire also for like 5 straight chapters. There's a character who has the same horrendous gastrointestinal issues.
Why do you think that I avoid dairy and avoid alcohol and avoid gluten? It's not for fun.
It's definitely not for fun. I like all 3 of those things.
Yeah,
in moderation.
Everyone does. They're delicious and awesome.
Yes. But you know what's fun is a lot of cheeses don't have lactose. We learned this.
Yes, and then I felt like an idiot because I knew the reason. And then recently my stepmom was like, how is that possible? Cheese by extension has lactose. And I'm like, it's something about the way they process it. I don't know. I'm not a cheese scientist. I just saw it on Google and was excited. They've been allowed.
You remember when you learned that the way that they determine calorie content of something is by putting it in a device
I
called
am mad about this.
A bomb calorimeter and then blowing it up?
Why did I not know in school that I could blow food up for a living?
Be a bomb calorimeter operator?
Yes. I would have tried so much harder in science. They're very much underselling all things science.
I thought science was pretty cool. I ended up as an actor, but I took all that. I did AP chemistry.
I did AP chemistry.
It was fun.
I didn't have learning disabilities. No. I'm Gus. Actually, I really enjoyed balancing equations, and that's something that's real about me.
That's a very useful... I took a class called Einstein's Universe, which was like Introduction to Quantum Physics.
I'm Gus.
No. Whereas
Allie barely graduated. No, actually,
You did not. You got a better GPA than I did.
I did have a better GPA.
In college, you had a significantly
Well, that's
better
because
GPA
I didn't take whatever math course that you took at the beginning.
linear
that, like,
algebra and multivariable calculus.
Yeah, that
was a
tanked
huge mistake.
Yeah, that tanked your GPA.
It was a horrible
You would have
mistake.
had a probably similar GPA to me if you had not made that mistake.
I should not have. I took that for
should have dropped it.
2 quarters. I took that class.
Yeah, be smart like
And I
me.
got C's because I should not have been in that class because I was a fucking theater major and I had placed out of all of my requirements for math and science.
Be smart like me. Sign up for too many classes. Freak out partway through. Drop one of them.
I should have done that.
Drop the worst one.
I dropped intro to chemistry because the professor sucked and I shouldn't have been in it. I should have been in...
that chemistry professor's listening right now and crying.
He's not. I should have taken Orgo, but Orgo I would have hated. And anyway, this is completely irrelevant.
Orgo you would have absolutely hated. Everyone who took Orgo hated their lives.
Orgo being organic chemistry.
Yeah, everyone who took Orgo hated their lives.
I thought I was going to be a chemistry double major. Hot lore. I'm not. I didn't do that. Anyway, the Wheel of Time.
Hot lore about guts.
Hot lore.
That you almost was
Hot
a double major
lore.
in chemistry. I thought about being a double major in like 45 things because one of the conditions of me being a theater major was that I had to double major. And then I just never did that.
End up happening.
I just never did that.
Yeah, I support you in this. And look at you. Look at us now hosting a podcast about books.
A moderately successful podcast.
It's a good time, and I have no regrets. The Wheel of Time and
Yes.
Ages,
Yes.
leaving myth,
Yes.
fades to myth.
What did it say so eloquently?
Was a Leo in there?
I want you to just go away and I'm not going to interrupt anything, turds. What could that possibly have been?
I probably said, I'm not going to interrupt. You said go away to me. I mean, we could listen back, but that's on my other computer.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah. All right, chapter 2, Ellie.
Wait. Yeah. What if? So we'll end these notes on what if she hit my ass so hard I sharded. Like,
You
what
know,
if
this
I
is-
had beans?
Beans?
Beans.
You're going to combine beans now with it? Why beans?
What if she had beans?
What if they force-fed her beans as part of this? Would that make the torture worse? Eat beans, then get spanked.
Oh my God, I can't think of anything worse than being bloated and then getting spanked.
Could anything be more humiliating?
So dangerous.
Could anything be worse?
So wait, okay.
That would break anyone.
When they're spanking her, is it her bare ass?
I
Again, what if she
here's
beat my
the
ass
thing.
so hard I projectile shorted all of.
I
Do you think she beat me more, or do you think she'd let me go home?
I think when it was Robert Jordan, it was her bare ass, and when it was Brandon Sanderson, it's not. And I have no evidence for this apart from the fact.
Do you think sometimes drinking tea, gives you a little?
You talking about the like bachelor teas?
Goosey. No, well, all teas are a diuretic to a certain extent.
Diuretics and laxatives are not the same thing.
Okay, but a diuretic is still a diuretic.
Yeah.
And, she's drinking a fuckload of tea.
Are all teas diuretics? Diuretic,
I'm
by the way.
pretty sure all teas are diuretics.
I'm going to be an asshole and define this term with a more complicated term. Diuretics are substances that make you micturate.
Pee?
Yes. 400 people have unsubscribed. We don't
Okay.
even have...
Well, but here's the thing. I'm just saying, I would rather get my ass beat first, just to avoid any potential further embarrassment with getting your ass beat. But do you think that if she projectile sharded in this woman's office, that she could go home? Do you think they would hesitate to beat her ass again? Do you think it's kind of a power move? Do you think it's kind of a power move?
Probably, yeah.
Actually, I could think of no better revenge.
So you're saying we need to keep the beans out.
I'm saying that the way that my mind works is I would
Beans?
start eating beans like it was my job.
The beans?
I would make her afraid to beat my ass.
Why are we talking
And then
about...
I'd look her in the eyes as I just farted everywhere.
We talked about beans last week, too.
Did we?
Yes. Why do you keep bringing up beans?
I just got beans on the brain.
You got beans on the mind?
Got beans on the brain.
Do you want beans on toast?
I'm just full of beans. No, please do not bring me beans on toast
We
again.
still have a can of beans on
Respectfully to
toast.
your culture, do not bring me beans on toast again.
We have a can. It's in the cabinet over there.
I respect all cultures. Do not bring me
The
beans
chili
on
I
toast
made has beans in it.
I know, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just thinking
You didn't
about-
even have any.
I didn't have any yet. yet.
All right.
God.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick ad break, and then we're actually going to fucking start. Welcome back. Chapter 2.
Sorry about that. But I'm also not.
The nature of pain. Egwene stood up straight, backside aflame with the now familiar agony of a solid beating beneath the hands of the mistresses of novice.
Backside's aflame with a solid beam.
She felt like a rug that had just been pounded free of its dust.
Don't you hate when you feel like a rug that's just been pounded? Got all the dust out from under there.
Despite that, she calmly straightened her white skirts, then turned to the room's mirror and calmly dabbed the tears from the corners of her eyes.
Kind of freaky that there's a mirror in there. Kind of freaky.
That's an interesting point.
Who has a mirror in their office?
I don't know.
Like a big ass mirror?
You know what's funny?
I don't know about that.
Isn't there? No, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. Yeah.
I'm saying that this woman who has all these underage girls come into her office and pull their pants down needs to be on some kind of list. That's what I'm saying.
What's the gist of this chapter?
So Egwene goes and gets her ass beat.
Repeatedly, yes.
Repeatedly. And then she's like, the Armelin seat wants you to come serve her soup.
Yes.
And Egwene goes, okay. And then she goes, I'm just going to anticipate that you're going to do something during that's going to get you sent back to me to get your ass beat again. And Egwene's like, keep my seat warm for me while I'm gone. Keep the bend over bench warm for me while I'm gone, because I will be right back. And so she heads over there. Elida's being a goddamn chucklehead.
Yeah, she does that.
Yeah, like an absolute idiot bullshit artist. And Egwene is thinking about how she's a friggin' idiot in her head while playing the deferential novice.
Yes.
And then at some point, Elida says something so good goddamn stupid that it shocks Egwene's very system, and she drops the soup on the ground. Deliberately as a distraction, because Egwene's like, otherwise, I'm going to say something that's going to get me fucking executed.
Yeah.
Which I identify with so much. Like, if someone says something really fucking stupid, I'm like, quick, create a distraction so I don't hand them their life. Like, oh my God. And then Elida goes, go get your ass beat because you dropped the soup.
Pretty much.
And Egwene is like, damn, I was really hoping I could have some dinner before I go back to get my ass beat. But I guess she didn't say, hurry to go get your ass beat so I can go have dinner and then go get my ass beat.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. That brought up the question of whether or not you'd rather get your ass beat before or after dinner.
Eating, yeah. Well, because Sylviana said, get some food before you come back. I know you're not going to have time.
And I'm like, well, I don't know if that would be my preference.
I would be more worried about
puking.
Yeah.
That would be the other problem. There are multiple problems with this. I'm assuming in terms of energetic output, it's like you wouldn't go swimming. You wouldn't go running.
Yeah, but that's because you might get a cramp.
Yeah, but you're bending over something. That's right up in the tummy. It's pressing on important organs.
What are we doing? What are we talking about?
I'm asking the necessary questions. from a digestive standpoint. Should you go to a beating hungry, or would the fact that your tummy's full give you a little extra comfort? I think I'd be worried about shitting myself personally.
Well,
but
again,
maybe they'd be more reluctant to have you back.
If they had been force feeding me beans, I might be a little concerned.
Who knows what the diet is like at the tower?
Pretty bad right now because all the food's rotting, remember?
And so it's probably largely stuff that is non-perishable, i.e. beans. They're subsisting on like beans and rice at this point. This stuff's going through them like hotcakes. This is why they come to this podcast, for the journalistic integrity of each line. I'm going to razor focus in on the questions that matter, including, are they just shitting themselves every time they're going into the novice headquarters at this point?
What about Egwene's whole thing about pain and the Aiel and all of that?
Listen, I've had those kind of tummy aches as well.
Yeah.
And, there's just not much you could do. You just got to radically accept, shout out to Tara Bratch, that this stuff is happening to you, right? It's basically radical acceptance.
Each lash she endured, each pain she suffered was a victory, and victory was always a reason for happiness, no matter how one's pride or one's skin burned. Yes, Sylviana, as you said, a bunch of stuff happens. Or one's
bowels. I don't know why this has become the sharding episode.
Why not? I'm not going to name it the sharding episode.
You are going to name it the sharding
we can call it the Shadowheart episode.
There you go.
Because Shadowheart is called Shart in the Baldur's Gate 3 fandom.
Where's the maturity? Where's the
Jennifer
deference?
English, the voice actor of Shadowheart, refers to her as Shart.
Gus, I've been talking about sharding for like 27 minutes. I am clearly kidding.
No, I know. I'm just leaning in. There was a picture of 3 cosplayers all dressed up as Shadowheart, and Larian, the studio that publishes the game and designed the game, they reposted the picture of the 3 Shadowhearts with the caption, "Who sharted?"
Incredible.
Yes. Anyway, Baldur's Gate 3, really good game.
Spoilers. It's Egwene.
So yeah, Sylviana, all this thing. She says, "You're going to come back here after your food, but make sure you eat first. After eating, you shall return to me for showing disrespect to the Amerlin seat. She's never to be known simply as a Lida to you, child. Besides, Light only knows what kind of trouble you'll be in by this evening." So Katerina and Berosine come up, dose her.
Honestly, just dropping the soup is probably better than she expected.
Probably, yeah. Katerina keeps on trying to heap punishments on Egwene. Why?
She's a dick.
She's Black Aja, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That no question.
Any thoughts on the White Tower politics that we discuss in here? Or on Egwene's ongoing, termite-like bringing down of the White Tower?
I'm just impressed with her.
It's really great, man.
I'm impressed with her. It seems like it sounds more like it's torture now as opposed to just spanking.
It does feel a little different, doesn't it?
It's starting to feel a little different, which I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's just badass. She's just inspiring. I just love Egwene for all the shart jokes aside, which frankly, I think would have been an even bigger power move, because it's like, all right, if you want to beat my ass, I will shart in your office every goddamn day. I feel like after a while they'd stop beating my ass.
Do you remember the TV show Severance?
Yes.
Excellent TV show on Apple TV Plus, or whatever the fuck they're calling it now. And the premise of the show is that basically you bisect your consciousness, and there's one version of you that is cognizant of work, and there is one version of you that is cognizant of not work. And never the twain shall meet.
Sounds like such a terrible thing.
Well, that's kind of the premise of the show. So one of the characters that we follow, we follow her from the moment she wakes up in her work persona, and she actively hates it, doesn't want to be there, because she's basically a slave to her other self. Mm-hmm. And a lot of ways she tries to get revenge basically on her other personality for putting her into this situation. And then somebody online said, well, what if every day, because they snap in and out of their personalities when they go up and down the elevator to work. They said, what if like every day when you get in the elevator to leave work, you just shit your pants?
This is what I'm saying.
Because then every day your other self would go to work and then immediately blink back to life like, God damn it, not again.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying the answer is shit your pants. Out of protest.
You saying
a protest shitter?
Are you saying they should practice shitville disobedience?
I cannot believe we've been talking about shitting your pants as a power move for 30 minutes. At this point, this podcast has made us so unemployable.
Yeah. Is you know what our entire audience is thinking right now?
Oh, what?
Because I
don't know if this dude.
Yeah.
I don't care. I was so happy. This is the hardest I've laughed in like 2 days.
So
Oh,
yeah, this whole thing happens, and Gwaine is doing well at seeding discontent in the tower. And also, don't forget what's happening to the hallways.
it's the hallways.
The hallways,
Oh, everybody's being weird in the hallways.
Not
Everyone's
that.
avoiding each other.
the literal hallways.
Oh, they're being weird.
They're rearranging themselves all the time. Remember this whole thing?
Oh, I thought that was Elaine's house.
Both of them.
Oh, it's happening here too. Well, that's fucking weird.
Shit's just getting like really weird in a vaguely creepy pasta way.
Okay, real talk. If the hallways in my house started rearranging themselves, I would move.
Yes.
I would legit move.
Yes.
The house would be on the market so fast. Zillow would crash.
You have not read House of Leaves, have you?
No.
Weird book. Kind of about that.
I've heard it's very like yellow wallpapery, right? You've never read Yellow Wallpaper.
I know what Yellow Wallpaper's about, and it's not, I mean,
Because it's like slowly going a little nuts, right?
kind of, but it's like 3 different levels of textual gaslighting of the reader, because the book is presented as collected papers that were collated by editors who got papers from this guy who had completed and edited this manuscript that he had found in a blind man's house.
Sure.
And the blind man's manuscript had been an analysis and essay about a film which does not actually exist in the context of the world of the first guy. And the film is about a guy who finds out that his house is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And the implication is also that within the context of the guy's textual analysis of the film, the subject matter of the film might also be false. And you also get hints that the guy who says he found the blind man's manuscript may have made that up too. So it's like 4 different layers of the next layer down might not be real.
Okay.
And it's really fucking wild. But anyway, one of the central plot points about that is a house that is different on the inside.
Because I hyperfixate on book genres for like, and it just like I hyperfixate on food.
Yes.
When I am in my I want to read hard stuff mode, which
Yes.
happens sometimes, then I will go read that.
Yes.
But no, I'm not there right now. Now I'm in, I want to read about women and murder.
I liked
but
it,
not
didn't love
real
it.
murders. Fake murders.
Yes.
And preferably in woods of some kind.
Didn't you just read a book called like in the woods or something, in a dark wood? No, that's a Ruth Ware book. You didn't read that one.
I didn't read that one.
No.
I read What Lies in the Woods, I think.
Yeah, it's still in the woods though.
Yeah.
There's always the woods.
I'm not done with that book yet.
Oh my.
I don't know who killed the person that was killed.
Well, there you go. Picking it up though with the Wheel of Time.
And I wouldn't say even if I did, because I'm not into spoilers.
Except
when I accidentally drop them at the con.
You did do that on a panel at WalkCon.
I've never done such thing in my life.
We were on a panel. It was season 3 speculation, and it's hard, isn't it?
I didn't know.
It's
okay,
hard.
Here's the thing. I'm a narcissist. I'm a center of everyone's universe.
I don't think that's true.
That's not
I
true.
don't think you're a narcissist.
No, but it's not true. But for some reason in my head at these cons, I forget, because I was the baby of the cons for so long. I was the one who was like the farthest behind everybody for so long. And now because of the show, more people who haven't read the books are coming to the cons. And so I have forgotten that there are people behind me that exist, because I'm still working my way through it. I think once I'm done with the books, I will know that other people have not read the books. But because I am in progress, I forget that there are people who are not up to speed with me, right?
Yeah.
And I somehow missed, though I'm sure it was announced. I'm sure it was announced, but that's how auditory processing works. It will fuck you every time. That I missed that there was a spoiler level for that panel. That was earlier than when, because usually when I'm on a panel, the spoiler level is up to what I've read.
That is generally the case.
Now, I didn't drop a huge spoiler.
Oh, no, it wasn't that big. I just thought it was funny.
I dropped that Samael dies.
Yes.
Which, I'm sorry.
It was a book 5 panel.
That is going to happen.
Yes.
So.
But the funny thing is, did he died?
No, God, please, no.
Oh, no.
No.
That was an accident.
That was an accident.
But funny because it seems like it's in response to that.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like for him to not be dead because I feel like he went out in a way where I was kind of like, all right. But also, it's kind of funny the way he went out.
Killed by a cloud.
So I'm kind of okay with it either way.
So chapter 2 picks up. It continues. Egwene is, where's she heading?
The Amerlin Seats
The
office.
Amerlin Seats office. And once more time to do what?
Eat dinner.
It's to serve dinner.
Oh.
Doesn't get to eat. She's just attending.
Right. I thought you said she wants more time to eat dinner.
Are the Reds, by the way, that she talks to in the hallway, are they receptive at all to her?
Of course not.
Not
no,
even a
the
little bit.
Reds suck.
Not at all.
They're the worst.
Egwene goes, I should think that the Red should not be the ones sheltering Elida, but should instead provide her fiercest critics.
Right?
For Elida's
because you're
legacy.
the magic cops.
Elida's legacy will be your own. Remember that.
Ooh.
She's like, this is your girl.
Ooh.
This is your girl.
God, she's so good.
Your girl
She's
reflects
so
on
smart.
you. And Katarina is like,
She's
well,
the best one. And then Rand's like, Egwene's a sellout. Fuck you, Rand. Fuck you and your edgelord bullshit.
it's the traumas.
I know.
It's the
I know it
traumas.
is. But he doesn't see how much she's doing for him.
No, he does
and
not.
for herself.
It's
but
the
also
traumas.
for him.
Yeah. Well, for the
good of the Randland. Like, who do you want in charge? Elida? No, you want your childhood bestie,
it's your girl.
who you kind of macked on occasion.
All signs indicated that Egwene was winning her war against Elida. Earlier at lunch, Egwene had heard the novices gossiping about the dramatic failure Elida had suffered in failing to keep Rand captured. The event was several months past now and was supposed to have been secret. And then there was the rumor of Ashaman bonding sisters who'd been sent to destroy them.
Oh.
Another mission of Elida's that wasn't supposed to be known.
I love that Egwene was like, you should have killed me.
I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with
me. So she's a little apprehensive. She's on her way to dinner, turns the corner. What's she see?
She sees a tureen of soup.
Big ol' fucked up mural on the wall.
Oh.
Big ol' fucked up mural.
What's a mural? I
It's
forget.
an ancient Amerlin sitting on an ornate golden seat, holding forth her hand in warning to the kings and queens of the land. The plaque at the bottom declared it to be a depiction of Corrigan Mackinac ending the rebellion in Mozadoran. Egwene vaguely recognized the mural the last she'd seen it. It had been on the wall of the Tower Library. But when she'd seen it there, the Amerlin's face hadn't been a mask of blood. The dead bodies depicted hanging from the eaves hadn't been there either.
Oh, so Elida just was like, I'm going to take this mural and make it scary.
No.
Oh, then what? She had a new one?
No.
made? What?
Hallways are rearranging themselves and artwork is becoming creepy and haunted.
Oh, no. I would.
Yeah, you know what this is? This is up there with...
Let the ghosts have the tower. No. Ghosts.
Hey, if Rand and Tuon got into a rap battle... Never mind, it doesn't rhyme with peace. I was thinking ghosts, and I was going to go roasts with the Shan Chan.
Nope.
And then I was like, what are you talking about? Stop.
I love when you think things in your brain and you're like,
That'll work. And then you
What?
think about it and you go, that didn't work at all.
I love that when that happens.
So what's the snafu, the pickle? We just watched The Sandlot. What's the pickle she's in with Elida.
A big pickle. But not as big of a pickle as putting your dad's Babe Ruth baseball into the junkyard with the beast.
Yes.
It is that Elida keeps saying stupid shit and she can't say anything. Even though it's really stupid shit.
How should she proceed at the dinner? During her 9 days back in the tower, Egwene had not so much as glimpsed Elida. Attending the woman would be dangerous. If she offended Elida just a hair too much, she could find herself being sent for execution. And yet she could not simper and pander. She would not bow before the woman, not if it cost her life. So, yeah, it's tough. Anyway, so she goes to the room, and she's pissed off, and she's like, all right, how am I going to handle this one? How's she handle it?
Badly.
Not at first. I think she was okay at first.
No. Egwene starts out doing well.
Yeah.
She's putting the soup where the soup needs to go.
Yeah. And by the way, sorry to interrupt, but why does she follow this path?
What do you mean?
Why does she kind of go along with it?
Oh, she justifies it to herself.
It's pretty reasonable, yeah.
She's like, sometimes the Amerlin seat has to like recline her head to peep to certain dignitaries and such.
Yeah, she's like, I can't do a resistance if I'm dead.
That's a better one.
Yeah. She's
That's
like,
very reasonable of you.
If I gotta do this shit to not die, then I gotta do this shit to not die. Because if I die, well, then all this was for nothing.
Is for nothing.
Yeah.
True. Well reasoned.
The Amerlin did what was required of her. Which was more important? The White Tower or Egwene's pride? The only way to win this battle was to let Elida think that she was winning. No, the only way to win was to let Elida think there was no battle.
True.
She needed to leave this dinner with Elida feeling that she was in control, that Egwene was properly cowed. The best way to achieve that while maintaining some measure of pride would be to say nothing at all. Silence, that would be her weapon this evening. So she goes in. Who's in there having dinner with Elida?
Alviren?
Medani.
Who?
Medani.
Who?
She's one of the,
Whom?
she's a Saladar mole.
Oh no, not
Yeah.
the Saladar mole.
It's this whole thing. So she goes in, and I'm sad that we don't get any mention of the hubris clock.
Not a one.
I was looking for the hubris clock. Doesn't come up.
We love the clock.
I love the hubris clock, but no hubris clock. Elida, she comes in.
Neither of us got what we wanted. You didn't get the hubris clock. I didn't get Egwene shit in her pants.
No curtsy? Elida asked. They said that you were stubborn. Well then, you shall visit the mistress of novices when this supper is through and inform her of the lapse. What do you say to that? But you are a plague upon this structure, as vile and destructive as any disease that has struck city and people in all years past. That you... And then she just bows her head instead, and Elida goes, honestly, I expected you to be more trouble. It appears that Sylviana does know her duty, that is well. I'd worried that she, like far too many in the tower lately, had been shirking. Well, be busy with you. I won't wait all night to dine. I slapped the mic cable there by accident. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah, so, as you say, she serves the soup. What do Elida and Medani talk about?
Elida being a dumbass. I can't remember what exactly.
Yeah.
But Elida was stupid the whole time.
Yeah, she's like, what do you think we should...
The Shan Chan. She's like, what do you think we should do about the Shan Chan? And Elida's like, they're not a problem.
That's
and I'm
part
like,
of it.
you're dumb.
She's also like, what do you think we should do with traitors? Should we decapitate them? What do you think? And Egwene is like, does she know that Medani is a mole? Or is this about me? I'm not sure. She
Both,
must know.
Probably. And they're dumb either way.
How's the soup?
It's fine.
Fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because all the food's going bad.
because all the food's bad.
Yeah, the soup sucks.
The food's bad. The tower's rearranging itself. This is all a sign, and the artwork is getting haunted.
What's in the
This
bread?
is all a sign that the Amerlin seed is exactly the right person to be.
What's in the bread?
Weevils.
Correct.
Ghost weevils?
Maybe. If they're dead.
Gweevils.
Gweevils?
Weevils.
All right, I gotta stop.
Now, how many weevils could be in one baguette?
More than I would care to think.
Weevil math?
Weevil math. Assume that a loaf of
Oh,
bread...
no.
So, yeah. How does Elida respond to the Shanchan?
She hand waves it away. She's like, don't worry about it. I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
Are you not worried about it? Why aren't you worried about
It's
it?
like, this all sounds like some bullshit.
No.
This is all fake. I bet they're all working for the Dragon Reborn.
This is my thing. If even part of what they hear about the Shan-Chan is true, they should be concerned. Right?
How would Elida feel about these exaggerated rumors if the Shan-Chan slapped a cold idam around her idiot neck? Egwene could sometimes...
Manifest.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that.
No, I want Elida dead.
Egwene could sometimes feel that band on her own skin, itching, impossible to move. Sometimes it still made her faintly sick to move around freely.
Knowing Robert Jordan and potentially Brandon Sanderson, I feel like she's going to end up as Shan-Chan.
Sometimes it still made her faintly sick to move around freely, as if she felt she should be locked away, chained to the post on the wall by a simple loop of metal.
Eee.
Well, here's the thing. What have we been asking for 10 books?
Any hint of Egwene's trauma? Thank you, Brandon.
Brandbert. Brandbert,
Thank you for
Brandbert.
bringing it to the surface because it has needed to be there. Like Rand's trauma has been there.
So anyway, Elida keeps on talking issues, and Egwene is like, "Oh my god, this is all so stupid." And then, what does she posit should be implemented? We talked about this a little bit earlier.
I don't remember.
Fourth oath.
Oh, dummy.
Fourth
Dumb.
oath. What's the fourth oath?
You have to obey me.
Personal
Elida.
fealty to the Amerlin seat.
It is surprising that they haven't had that already.
I think it's intentional to make the Amerlin seat not seem like an intimidating tyrant.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, both Rand and Egwene have extracted this oath from oath-sworn individuals within their charge.
Listen, do as I say, not as I do.
But I do feel like it's different to codify
Rules
it into
for thee, not for me.
I do feel like it's different to codify it into the entire thing.
It is different to codify it into the entire thing. It's bad PR.
Sisters cannot lie, cannot make a weapon for men to kill other men, and cannot use the power as a weapon except against others, except in defense. Those oaths have always seemed too lax to me. Why no oath to obey the Amerlin? If that simple promise were part of all of us, how much pain and difficulty could we have avoided? Perhaps some revision is in order. Egwene stood still. Once she herself hadn't understood the importance of the oaths. She suspected that many a novice and accepted had questioned their usefulness, but she had learned, as every Aes Sedai must, their importance. The 3 oaths were what made the Aes Sedai. They were what kept the Aes Sedai doing what was best for the world, but more than that, they were a shelter from accusations. Where do you stand on the oaths right now? Are you still very fervently the oaths are fucking stupid?
Yes. And I will continue to be team the oaths are fucking stupid until the Black Tower needs to take some oaths.
I agree that they should also have to take some oaths.
Yes. Honestly, that's Rand's bad.
Are you suggesting that Rand mismanaged the Black Tower in some way?
I am absolutely confirming that Rand has mismanaged the Black Tower every step of the way.
We're going to keep going in a second. We just need to... I'm going to put in one more ad break for safety. Welcome back.
They used to call farting safety. This is
I forgot about that whole
The fartisode.
The Shadowheart episode. I can't know. That doesn't seem like it's going to work.
The Shadowheart episode.
That's not going to work. That's too weird of a niche extended joke. There must be something else I can think of. I'm fresh
I'm going team Shardisode.
I can't call it the Shardisode.
The Shardisode.
So...
Just put a little asterisk over the A.
So Egwene cannot contain herself. She's so pissed off about the idea of changing the oaths. And what does she do?
This is so relatable.
What does she do?
She drops a soup rather than say something stupid.
She shits on the floor. No. Yeah, she... she pulls a pita. That's also not correct.
She pulls a pita? That's such a wheel takes in joke.
Yeah, you need to have robust encyclopedic knowledge of wheel takes stupid fucking inside jokes to get that one.
Oh, I don't care. Tell us if you got that one.
Egwene did the only thing she could think of to stop herself from yelling.
Shitting on the floor?
She dumped the soup on the floor. Brownish liquid sprayed across the delicate rug of red, yellow, and green birds aflight. Elida cursed, jumping up from her seat. and backing away from the spill. None of the liquid had gotten on her dress, which was a shame. Egwene calmly snatched a serving towel off the table and began to mop up the spill.
Okay, again, it could be soup, could be a wicked chart. Either way.
Clumsy idiot! Elida snapped. I'm sorry, Egwene said. I wish that hadn't happened. And she did.
Again.
She wished none of this evening had occurred. She wished Elida weren't in control. She wished the tower had never been broken. She wished she hadn't been forced to spill the soup on the floor, but she had.
She hadn't
and so
been forced to shard her way into infamy.
She dealt with it, kneeling and scrubbing. So she has Maidani help her. How does this go? I know I'm getting really into detail here, but I feel like there's a lot that requires us to...
No, this is good. I don't remember. She says something to Maidani.
Yeah.
Did I read these chapters?
We read this like 2 weeks ago before we started traveling.
No, I know. She says something to Maidani like, really, this is who you're going to back?
Pretty much. She's like, hey, you're a Saladar mole, so, call me up and I'll give you stuff to do. And we can talk, send for me like you're going to punish me, and then I can bring you up to speed. And Maidani is like, you're a fucking novice.
No, I'm the Amerlin
That's
seat.
what she says. No, this is Patrick. Yes.
No, this is bad. No,
this is Patrick.
No, this is Patrick.
I am your Amerlin, Maidani, and you would do best to remember it, unless you want the 3 oaths replaced with vows to serve Elida for eternity.
Ooh, use your own words against her, Egwene.
So this is pretty good conversation, honestly.
I think it went well.
Maidani's pretty receptive, all things considered. She goes,
yeah, because Elida sucks.
How do you do it? They say you're punished 3 and 4 times a day, that you need healing between so they can beat you further. How can you take it? I take it because I must, just as we all do what we must.
And if that means shitting on the floor?
God damn it. So yeah, Elida sends Egwene out and tells her to go get her ass beat. And Egwene is like, all right, you kind of suck, Elida. She doesn't actually say that. Elida goes, don't think your clumsiness has allowed you to escape your duties. You will return and serve me again on another date. And if you so much as spill another drop, I will have you locked away in a cell with no windows or lights for a week. Do you understand? Had this woman ever been a true Aes Sedai in control of her emotions? Yet Egwene herself had lost control of her emotions. Anyway, not to read all of this. What happens next?
She
gets a bite. She has a little food.
Oh yeah. She gets her food, and the novices are all nice to her, right? They're all being super nice to her, and even some of the people who are not novices are being super nice to her.
Laris is pretty nice.
Well, I know, but not even just Laris.
Yeah.
Like full sisters are being like deferential to her.
A little bit, not much, but a little bit.
We're seeing signs. We're seeing signs.
It's starting. But she goes back to Sylviana's and fills her in on everything that happened, including Elida's positing that maybe they should put a new oath in.
Egwene's a gossip in the best way possible. I love this color on
This is a great line. Sylviana looked very thoughtful at that. Well,
what color, you ask? The rainbow,
the woman said, standing up and fetching her lash. The Amerlin has spoken. Yes, I have, Egwene said. Standing up and positioning herself on the table, skirts and shift up for the beating. So I guess it is more or less bare-assed.
That is an HR problem, for sure. Also, I just would not get along with a woman that I knew had beaten my ass when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? Like, we would have beef for the rest of my life. That's not a way to cultivate tower unity, that's for sure.
She thinks about all the...
Maybe that's what's going on here. Just all of the, like, petty infighting hatred of, like, you beat my ass as a novice is coming out to the surface.
I mean, that's almost how Alviarin exacerbated things. She just sowed more and more dissent and had
she's like, remember when so-and-so beat your ass?
Well, I mean, what was the whole...
And I'd be like, I do actually. And I've never forgotten it.
What was the whole Shamiran thing about? You remember that?
No.
That comes up, this chapter, the Shamiran thing.
What happened?
Elida busted Shamiran down to accepted. And the only reason that... Because everybody's like, you can't do that. But Shamiran went along with it. So everyone was like, oh, shit, I guess you can just do that.
See?
And Egwene was like, yeah, man, the only reason y'all are fucking going along with this is because y'all are fucking going along with this.
Y'all are fucking wussies.
Just, can someone point out that Elida's super goddamn weird? Like, this is not supposed to be happening. Can we not do this?
Super weird.
Yeah.
This guy is weird.
Yeah. So...
I mean, have we tried that as a tactic? Have we just gone like, does anyone notice Elida's really fucking weird?
So she thinks about Maidani. She thinks about everything that's going on. Each of these things was a pain inside of Egwene, a knife to the chest piercing the heart. As the beating continued, she realized that nothing they could do to her body would ever compare to the pain of soul she felt at seeing the White Tower suffer beneath Elida's hand. Compared with those internal agonies, the beating was ridiculous. And so she began to laugh. It wasn't a forced laugh. It wasn't a defiant laugh. It was the laughter of disbelief, of incredulity. How could they think that beating her would...
That's a very real laugh.
How could they think that beating her would solve anything? It was ludicrous.
It is ludicrous.
And Sylviana stops beating her and is like, hey, you good?
Just like, your petty little beatings do nothing.
She's like, you all right? You okay?
My ass is framed in the armor of the Armorlin.
I don't laugh because I've been broken, Sylviana. I laugh because it is absurd to beat me.
It is. She's correct.
So how does this conversation go? Because I feel like it's a pretty cool conversation.
Sylviana is like, you need to give this up, girly, right? And Egwene's like, I'm not going to do that. And you know I'm the rightful Armorlin.
Yeah. Egwene says, can't you see it? Don't you feel the pain? The agony of watching the tower crumble around you? Could any beating compare to that? And Sylviana goes, I cannot refuse to punish you. You realize that?
Then don't.
She goes, of course, but please remind me of something. What was it you said about Chimeren? Why was it Elida got away with taking the shawl from her? Well, it was because Chimeren accepted it. She treated herself as if she really had lost the shawl. She didn't fight back. I will not make the same mistake, Sylviana. Elida can say whatever she wants, but that doesn't change who I am, or who any of us are. Even if she tries to change the 3 oaths, there will be those who resist, who hold to what is correct. And so when you beat me, you beat the Armorlin seat. And that should be amusing enough to make us both laugh.
You beat the Armorlin seat's seat.
The punishment continued, and Egwene embraced the pain, took it into herself, and judged it insignificant, impatient for the punishment to cease. She had a lot of work to do. And that's the end of chapter 2.
Fucking badass.
I think due to time constraints, we might stop there. There's a possibility that we might start doing shorter episodes, like
bi-weekly,
2 a week rather than longer episodes once a week, just because of how our schedules live right now. That might be happening. Never expect any kind of
consistency from us.
Consistency from us, especially not right now.
We thought that might actually be easier for people to digest.
Yeah, so that's possible, but don't take this as a promise or expect anything immediate.
Plus,
We'll figure it
especially
out.
because nowadays it's become a little unrealistic for us to do 2 chapters, because now there's just so much to talk about.
There is a lot to go over lately.
It's become a little unrealistic for us to do 2 chapters in one episode, just because our episodes will get super long.
Yeah. I think we'll probably continue reading a little bit ahead, but
we want to keep the pace.
Yeah.
But like also be realistic about our schedules.
Yeah. But hey, how you liking Gathering Storm so far?
I freaking love it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 so far. I'm loving my girl Egwene. We can talk about my girl Avienda next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or not next week, next episode.
Next episode, which might be next week. Do you want to hear the first line of chapter? By the way, if we do end up switching to doing more than 1 episode a week, we'll try to make it relatively consistent. But again, like, we can't promise anything right now.
We're doing our best, loves.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Do you want to hear the first line of chapter 4, just for
Of course.
kicks? Because you've read chapter 3, and everybody who's here also should have, just to be safe in case we're going to talk about it. First line of chapter 4, first word, Gawain.
Boo. What is this idiot going to do now?
Anything else about chapter 2, or shall we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Thanks for listening,
Wait, one last question. Have we posted our bingo sheet for this episode?
Yes.
For this book? Okay, good.
Yes, that's in the description.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We have social media. If you want to know what we've got going on, it's linked down below. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us that way. It's patreon.com/wheeltakes, and you can always leave us a rating or a review, which helps a lot. Other than that, anything else, Sally?
Eggy shark doo 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 doo. Eggy shark doo 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 doo. Eggy shark doo 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 doo. Eggy shark.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Did you see that one coming?
No.
Neither did Sylviana.